Imagine packing up everything, moving to a new city you aren't familiar with, starting the business you've been dreaming of, then a pandemic. One Pensacola did that, and instead of thinking about the negatives, they turned it into a positive experience. Aaron Fields tells us how they've managed to get through it all.
This past year has brought in many surprises for the new owners of Bailey's Produce and Nursery, but it hasn't stopped them from expanding their business.
Hey there. Well, this is day one of our journey. We have just sold our house and we are leaving Colorado to drive to Pensacola, Florida.
Allison Thero and her husband Dan had never owned their own business, but it was a dream they have always had.
Throughout our marriage, we had an ongoing conversation around what would it be like to own our own business.
So the couple made it happen and moved down to Pensacola. The process was very complicated, but after researching many businesses across the country, they fell in love with the well-known Bailey's Produce store that had just popped up in the market.
Ours was a values-driven decision. It wasn't that we wanted to buy a produce market. We were focused on owning a business that was part of a community that did good.
They say the Pensacola community welcomed them with open arms, but they never expected the pandemic, Hurricane Sally, or most recently a fire to happen as they still try and get in the swing of things.
You know, one of the impacts of the pandemic was the level of uncertainty. So we never knew when we were going to have to shut down, and you know, that impacted us because we were sort of always on the cusp of are we going to shut down tomorrow?
However, they defied the odds and their business has been booming. Working 12 to 14 hours, 7 days a week, they tell me they just feel lucky they have been able to keep the Bailey's market open.
Big shout out to the Bailey family. It wasn't that we bought a business and then we were on our own. This family has been very generous and very supportive.
They have made new additions, added many new local vendors to their selections, and currently adding a new nursery. While they are still working hard to keep the Bailey's legacy intact, they also say it's been one of the best experiences they could have ever done as a couple.
You know, I think
It's
everyone...
been a joy every hour.
And their biggest piece of advice for any new business owners is to never be scared to ask for help. Reporting in Pensacola, I'm Aaron Fields, WKRG News 5.